modulator over here.
Oh, we're starting it. The camera's starting. Camera's started.
Yes! Look who teleported in our midst!
It's Kung Lao.
Alright, Kung Lao.
Right down the middle. What's up, Kung Lao?
Put the K in MK.
Alright.
No, we got some people coming. Let's just wait another minute. I'm gonna yell at Corey. Like, Corey, get your people to come in. Yes, 1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute.
We begin.
Yeah.
No. The drummer's playing currently Yujiro Hanma, no fangs right now.
My name is Ivan. I am Baki Hanma right now. Watch Baki the Grappler.
Watch Baki the
Grappler. That's our Baki.
Watch that show.
So I'm Baki.
People don't look normal. They're not normal.
Yeah, they're not normal. It's it was like 90s. It's 90s style. Yeah. But we still read the manga. The manga's still going. Like
still going. Baki does. Still going.
I mean, you had Baki the Grappler. You had New Grappler Baki. You had Son of Ogre, and right now we're on the way of Baki.
Yeah.
Baki Hell.
Yujiro's about to fight Musashi.
Yes.
And there you
Miyoto Musashi. Yeah.
Okay, so let's begin.
Let's do it. Thank y'all for showing up on time. We know people will be trickling in.
Thank you very much.
That's the way to go.
Appreciate you, all of you.
Yes.
On the left and right, and your left. Your right.
Where's my left to right limit? Like right here? All right. Okay.
Okay, so we are the new challengers.
That's our organization.
And what we do is we go overseas and we host awesome fighting game tournaments with troops in the USO. We also support the USO around the country, around the world. And we come to conventions like this and host our awesome panel. We do podcasts, we do all kinds of stuff. But we love fighting games and games in general. We just want to get it out of the world.
We do. We have a lot of fun with this panel, and a lot of people get a lot out of it. I do want a disclaimer though, we are not expert tournament level fighting game players.
No, we're not.
We're not completely strong. This guy's like, oh man. I was gonna try. And he's like, I believe you. No. But
where's that going?
I know, right? You didn't bring no Justin Wong up in this panel?
No need. There's no need.
Come on in, have a seat. We just started. But what we like to do is, we notice that there's a barrier. There's like a lot of people that want to get into fighting games. Mortal Kombat's cool, and the new Street Fighter's coming out. But they don't know where to get started. They don't know the difference between a jab and strong. They don't know the difference between Hadouken and Shoryuken. They don't know what that means. So we do this panel to educate people. If you already play fighting games. Obviously. Hopefully you get something out of it. But we just want to get the ball rolling and get you started on some knowledge.
So this knowledge was created by Mr. Marvin Hum. He's not here with us today. He's perfectly fine. He's just not here.
Yeah.
But he created this slideshow, and thank you, Marvin. Look at you, bro. I know you're watching this YouTube video and judging me. Okay, so the goal of the panel is awareness, learning basic concepts, and lingo. We're going to throw a lot of lingo around. If you're confused about anything we're saying, just let us know. And we'll try to explain it again. But this is going to be very, very basic. And hopefully, if y'all are too advanced for us, we can get a few chuckles out of you, so it's a little bit worth your time.
Yeah.
Feel free, you want to walk out on us, that's cool. Just chip damage me to death. That's whatever.
So, we are going to be talking about all kinds of different fighting games today.
Yes.
But to get started, it breaks down into two major types of fighting games. Obviously, we got 2D and 3D. So, the 2Ds, there's all kind of different niches and different kinds of 2D fighters, but the big divide is between 2D and 3D because there are mechanics that are in the 3D fighters that are not in 2D. So then there's shared mechanics and strategies that the 2D fighters have and the 3D fighters have. We'll be talking about both of them.
Yes, there's concepts that you can take that will work for both, but you got to think of it differently. A man who plays Tekken, there's some concepts that he knows when he plays Street Fighter that he can use, but they're completely different. Me, I try to play Tekken like Street Fighter, it does not work out.
No, it does not work out.
Not at all.
No. Just hit it down back and get you dressed.
So, 3D.
Right
3D
on.
fighting.
Right on.
Okay, so we've got arena-based fighters, we've got your games like You're Dead or Alive.
Right.
We got Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
We got crazy Gundam fighting games.
Crazy Gundam fighting game.
All different types of 3D fighters. This panel is mostly going to be centered around 2D because it's the easy jumping off point. 3D games are very difficult. It's very hard to defend in those 3D fighting games.
Yeah, and you also have to worry about the side-to-side aspect of it, and then that's something you have to really think about, and that's a hurdle that a 2D player is going to have to jump when they jump into something like Tekken or Soul Calibur.
Yes.
So, but some of the things that 3D fighters have in common is they have arenas, whereas like in a 2D fighter, you got your left goal post and your right goal post, and the space in between, and that's it. Well, in a 3D fighter, the arena takes into account. You see the Soul Calibur one right here that actually has ring outs. Like, if you're on that little raft stage, you have to be aware of that environment, whereas, you know, you can have like an infinite 3D stage where you don't have walls, so you don't have to worry about the space. And you have others where the arenas are different, so you have to actually, you know, be aware of the corners and be aware of the edges. So the arena shapes have a huge thing to play in 3D fighters. So it's like, you can't just jump in there and not be aware of what's around us.
Then tell me you would not be mad if you had that perfect coming and that person playing as Link and just and you're off the stage. Goodbye.
Ring out! W. Yes, the saltiness.
So, now for 3D fighters, you got everything from your Tekken to your Power Stone. Y'all play Power Stone? Okay, run around the arena. There we go, Power Stone. Right there. So for 2D, it's a little bit more limited. I mean, you got Street Fighter.
Yeah.
You got Mortal Kombat. You got Smash Brothers.
It's 2D.
2D fighters.
Now, we're not talking about the graphics now. Because like Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat 10, you know, that's 3D graphics. Like, it's rendered in 3 dimensions, but the plane of play is all 2D. So that all gets together.
So the important part about 2D fighters, the huge thing, is spacing and controlling it.
So controlling the left-right space.
It's just all squares. It's just squares and numbers.
When you break down a 2D fighter, it's all squares and numbers.
It's just all squares and numbers.
Everything's a square. Everything is within space. It's a square. And then attacks, it's all numbers. And once you break it down and start seeing it as such, you can actually start unlocking some of the secrets.
So movement is very, very important.
Right.
Especially in games like you see you over there from Persona 4 and those air dasher anime fighters moving all over the place. You're air dashing, you're double jumping, you're teleporting.
Right.
You don't know what's going on. All kinds of icons all over the screen. What does it all mean? I don't know, but it's 2D. So even though it's a lot faster paced, it's still all about your movement and your spacing. Once you can control that, you can control the world. Okay, well, just the game, whatever. That's all it's you. Okay, so movement. I think movement is one of the most important concepts of any fighting game.
And that's where you gotta start. That's where you gotta start.
That's where you gotta start. Now, it's harder to move in some games like Tekken. Some people just want to go with that forward and back, forward and back. This is sufficient. It's not so caliber 2.
No.
Okay, back it on up. You got a sidestep. So that's a whole other plan of movement right there.
Right.
2D is a little bit easier. A lot of people want to jump.
Come on in, man.
Let's talk about this real quick. Before I get into anything, I don't want to forget about this.
Okay, go ahead.
If you're playing a 2D fighter, do not jump. Stop jumping.
We'll get to the different kind of movements, but jump less. Did you have a little question?
I think like the biggest problem, like I'm trying to get a Street Fighter competitively, and I've been a virtual fighter and Tekken player.
Right.
And it's sort of like you can apply some of the basics to do 2D, like basic defense, basic strategy, but it's sort of like a whole different view because I'm used to, I guess, more like a realistic type fighter, not really fireballs, like.
Yeah. The space. Yeah. The space in the 3D fighter is controlled completely differently. Because in most 2D fighters, you have you have projectiles. So I can control the space from back here. Whereas in like Tekken, unless I got I-beam lasers, you're controlling the space from right here. You know, from right here, I'm dacking, I'm backstepping, but you know, if I'm Guile, I can control space from out here. If I want to just, you know, have my back in the corner, we'll get to it. Or, you know, we'll get to what we want to control in the space. But you're right, because in a 2D fighter, the ranges are completely different, and you don't have to worry about the side to side. You're worried about back and forth and a little bit of the up and down. We'll get there.
So you gotta know how to move around that space.
Exactly.
So when you get any new game at all, I know y'all want to open up that command list and start chucking them fireballs, doing them dragon punches, and ripping people's hearts out. Just stop.
Yeah, stop.
You keep doing that. That's important for your character. But everybody else, slow it on down.
You rip
All
the
right?
plastic off your brand new fighting game that you've never ever played before. The first thing you got to do when you hit that training room where you learn how movement works in that game. Because they're different for every game.
Like, just hold back,
Yeah.
and then press forward, and then press back, and then press forward. Sometimes they run, sometimes they hop.
Some games like King of Fighters, they have things like running.
They got
Mortal
running.
Kombat 10 has running now.
Yeah.
A lot of them have dashes. See how the dashes work. Okay, so let's talk about how you can cover the screen. Let's talk about how you can control the space. We got walking.
Walking.
You got walking. You know, this is how you walk in a fighting game. This is how you walk in a fighting game. That's how you walk in a fighting game, right?
And you got walking back too.
All right. Then you got jumping, which I'm not going to demonstrate now.
Okay.
I can.
Okay.
You can, but I can. So you got that. We'll talk about jumping in a second.
Okay.
That's the last thing we're going to talk about on the slide.
Yes.
We got dashing, which a lot of times it's like a little hop. Most of the time it's airborne, but it's a short period of movement that has a start, a middle, and an end, which is good to know because a lot of dashes are different in these games. Some dashes have frames of invincibility where you can't get hit in the back dash, but some don't. Some are airborne, some are not. You have to know because the way you use those dashes depends on what properties those dashes have.
So look at your training options too. Turn that auto guard on. Turn that quick recovery on. You need to know what's going on. But most importantly, you need to know how your character moves.
Yeah.
If you can't control space, you're not gonna win. I mean, you might.
Now let's talk about that jump.
Let's talk about that
Let's talk about
jumping.
Because
Okay.
everyone wanted to jump in Street Fighter 2.
I understand how you feel.
Yes.
You're playing as the coolest looking character you can find, Zangief.
Yes.
And you want to walk forward, and you're just like, let's go, Zangief. Oh, this is too slow right here.
Yeah, I don't have all day to just walk up in there and get this.
But jumping is faster, right?
Yeah. Also, you know, I'm going in there faster, and then I can jump kick and get all kind of damage, right?
And then I can just jump kick and hit that sweep, and then jump kick, and then hit that sweep, and then jump kick, and then hit that sweep, and then jump kick, and then hit that sweep. Y'all know y'all been there, all right? Y'all have been there.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
And
Stop.
don't even, if you play this Zangief, you jumping at me, I know you're trying to do that spinning power driver. I know you're trying to do it. Boom! Done. And you're
Done,
like,
son. You don't even need to show you can, dude. You can be jumping at me, and I can just be like, just jump at me, like blip, like. There's so many anti-airs in a 2D fighter. I won't get to anti-airs, but they're there. So jumping all the time is a sure way to lose to an experienced fighter.
I have won so many matches
Yeah.
against people that thought they were good by crouching and pressing medium kick with Makoto. Just kick, jump, kick, jump again.
Come on, let me try this
go.
again.
Kick, and then
No,
like,
no,
and
no.
that person, I'm looking at the guy's face. I'm sitting next to him. He's like, I can't win. What's going on? Why am I losing? I'm like, I don't know, dog, but my stairs is pressing down, and I'm pressing medium kick all day.
Knocking that out of the
long.
skies. The moral of the story is jump less, win more.
Yes, and now you're probably thinking, well, now I'm not winning, I'm not jumping as much. What's going on? You will be scrubs,
Yes.
better new, by jumping all the time. I'm telling you right now, it will benefit you to learn how to dash, how to walk, how to even use your own normal attacks to move forward. That happens, that exists.
Yeah.
Or just chucking a fireball. It's okay to keep chucking that fireball.
Yeah.
You don't need to move all the time.
We won't get into it. Whatever works to win, we're all about to do it.
Your job is to beat the opponent, not to cater to the opponent to help them beat you.
Exactly. We'll get to that. But movement. Any questions about movement? You got to know what your movement options are and jump less. Win more. All right.
So let's
Attack.
talk about attacks real quick.
Yes. Not on Titans.
Not attack on the Titans. Not the Jaegers.
What we have with normal games like Street Fighter is that you have the 6-button layout.
And in KOF, you got 4 buttons.
4-button. My man in MK's got 4-button. A lot of, actually most of them have a 4-button, right? You know, Tekken, you have a left punch, left kick, right kick. Street Fighter, they're arranged by magnitude, light, medium, heavy. They do more damage, they're faster.
Virtual Fighter and Dead or Alive have 3 buttons.
3 buttons.
Yes.
Right. So there's all kind of different attacks. Normals, that's your just buttons. It's important when you start, after you get through with your movement, start just pressing the buttons and see what they do.
Yeah, just test them out.
See
That's not
you
fun.
know, how fast that jab is, or how rangy that cross is. Like, you know, like Balrog's like heavy punching, he's just like, blah, like covers like half the screen with that punch. Know that range. You gotta know the range, you gotta know the properties, and if it's safe or unsafe. Normals are important. Don't just try to win with Hadouken and Shoryuken. don't just, like, he's got other moves too with utility. And in most games, every move and every button has a purpose.
Yes, every single one of them. You're playing a character like Makoto or DJ, you better know all your buttons.
All of them.
Alright? Although Makoto can't just get by with medium punch. Not gonna talk about that. Do that. Just do that.
All day. It's
All day
like,
long.
it's like offensive hurt.
Just like that. So, you got all these different buttons. You got all these different motions.
Yeah.
Let me point at these motions for you. These are called special moves, okay? These are quarter circle motions. Quarter circle. Quarter circle.
This goes so back.
Dragon punch. Dragon punch.
The Z motion.
Half circle. Half circle. And 360s.
Right on. Now, when you see, they'll obviously, sometimes they'll be, if you see QCF, quarter circle forward. QCB, quarter circle back. HCF, half circle forward. HCB, half circle back.
QCT is quarter circle towards. The people at Skullgirls want to be contrary.
Yeah.
And they want to be like, QCT, I'm like, quick time event? No, that's QTE. What does that mean?
I don't even know.
It's down.
A lot of times, when you're going to see like that forward, down, down, forward, a lot of times what they'll say is DP for Dragon Punch. They just shorten it. Or
RDP.
RDP.
Reverse Dragon Punch.
RDP is like reverse dragon, like with Fei Long, how he does the flame kick, it's back, down, down, back. It's a bit tricky. You have to like practice to like make sure it comes out silky smooth because that's one of those anti-air Dragon Punch. So it's tricky to get it first, practice makes perfect.
What you need to understand is that most annotations when you go into commandments, unless you're playing another NetherRealms game, they are facing left.
Yeah.
Okay? So, if you're seeing down, down, forward, forward, that's facing the left. So if you're on the right, it reverses. So if you can't do the special move, like what's going on? Try the opposite direction.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, now the special moves, they have special properties. Hadokens are like basically a hitbox that just goes forward.
Yes.
Sure, the Dragon Punches will have frames of invincibility, which we'll get to, that knocks them out the air. Tatsu, like special moves have special properties too, and then normal moves don't. Also, most of the time, a special move can cancel out of a normal move, and then you can combo into it.
Yes.
And most of the time, it's better to combo into a special move.
Yes. Please combo.
Yes.
Please combo into your ultras.
Learn combo. We got a combo slide, don't we?
We have a combo
We'll
slide.
get to it then.
Let's head over to the next slide, see what we got before we pull out the sticks.
Combo.
Combos! Okay.
My favorite snack,
combos.
pizza flavor. Damn, you sold panels.
Links, cancels, change, juggles, natural combos. What does it all mean? Well, let me go down to the bottom first. Natural combos, that's 3D exclusive. Let's say you're playing as Jan Lee in Dead or Alive, all right? You got a Dead or Alive fan back there? Playing as Jan Lee. Okay, jab, jab. Pow! That's a natural combo. You can't break out of that. You can't just like tech guard out of that. It's a natural combo. It
Yeah,
flows.
you press it, it cancels it into each other. It's automatic.
Yes. Mortal Kombat does have chain combos. They're not natural.
They're not natural combos.
Natural combos.
Chain combos. Yeah, we'll get into it. Okay, you're right, you're right.
Okay.
You're right, it's 3D.
All right. So you got target and change. You got target combos, Tekken combos, revolvers, all kinds of stuff. Now revolvers, that's Blaze Blue.
Blaze Blue is called revolver.
Yeah.
Where normal moves will just cancel into each other. Like you don't have to wait for a normal move to come back before you just throw out another normal move. You just chain them together. Blaze Blue's very fast like that. So if you hit like lightning heavy, it goes blah blah blah. It just happens.
And that's good because you can actually test your opponent's block. If somebody's blocking, they're going to block something. If you use a move that is unsafe, that means they try to frame a disadvantage. So if my man here blocks, it's a problem.
Yeah. So, want to go to links?
Let's go to links.
Okay.
Not sausage links.
Not sausage. Okay. Here's a link. They're really important in Street Fighter and in King of Fighters.
Very much.
A link is two separate normal or even special moves that, like, say I throw out Ryu's crouching medium punch and I hit it, blah, he's in a hit stun or he's reeling, and I pull that fist back, get done with that move. Like that move is finished. Like I already pulled the fist back, the recovery frames are done, but he's still reeling, and I throw out another medium punch, blah, and then it says combo 2. A link is using timing to time the end of one move and to the beginning of another, and it combos.
Yes.
Linking takes practice, linking takes time, but with linking you can tack on extra damage if you land the hit. Like a link, like let's say you actually hit a jump in and they forget to anti-air you, they're reeling, and I land, and easily hit that sternum punch because they're still in hit stun. When they're in hit stun and you have time to hit them with another move, that's a link.
Yes.
Links take practice, except for like jump, kick, sweep. That's technically a link. Sweep, jump, kick, sweep. There you go. Like it's 1992.
Jump, kick, sweep, jump back, fireball. Jump, kick, sweep, show me you can. Jump, kick, sweep. Yo, I got that on beat. We're gonna make that tonight. We're gonna make that happen. Okay, so those are links. Cancels are a bit different.
Cancels are different.
So links take a lot of skill to do. Cancels are a little bit easier. Pretty much, if you were to do that medium punch there, so he's gonna hit that medium punch twice, boom, and then link it, boom, and now when he cancels the medium punch,
Instead of pulling back my fist, right? Instead of being done with the move,
he's inputting the fireball motion.
like my fist is coming and I'm already hitting forward, down. And when I hit this move, then I hit down, forward. What happens is I'm not even done with this medium punch before Shoryuken's coming out.
Yes.
Or like if I hit crouching medium kick and I hit this right here, this foot is still out. And I have already inputted down and down forward and I hit that punch. So I'm like here, straight into the Hadoken. So every move has recovery frames. But with a cancel, you're using a special move to cancel out the recovery frames of a normal move to combo.
The plus to this is, let's say you do a move that is normally unsafe, like a crouching heavy punch. I don't know why you want to do that. They're blocking. You're like, oh no, this isn't safe at all. I just use the fireball to cancel it. Now it's safe.
So I don't have to wait till I reel my fist back. I can just Hadoken instead, and it'll push him back, and it'll chip them. It'll be safe. So cancels are really prominent in a lot of fighting games.
A lot of fighting games.
Not a lot of 3D fighting games, but 2D fighting games. It's important in Mortal Kombat. It's important in Street Fighter, King of Fighters, all of those. In Mortal Kombat, you know what? In any game, you have to find out. Not all normal moves can be canceled.
Nope.
Not all strings can be canceled.
No.
You have to know which one's which. Get in that training room, test them out.
Speaking of getting in the training room, let's get in the training room.
Let's do that.
Let's get in.
Well, let's talk about other chains real quick.
Okay.
Chains are like in Mortal Kombat, where you have, you pull the screen up, and it's like press these buttons in order. So like Mortal Kombat and Tekken are like, or DOA, that's like, it's like press 1, 3, 3, 5, and it's like 1, 3, 3, 5, and you don't have to wait for the moves to be done. It just combos into each other. That's called a chain. They're all over Tekken. They're all over Mortal Kombat. That way, if they're blocking, sometimes they're natural combos where they can't get out of it. Sometimes in Tekken, if you're throwing them out, the move's coming out, but there's a little bit of space to come out, and you come out. So you guys test out those chains to make sure that they're actually legit.
Okay, now we're ready to go.
Let's do it.
Let's go to the training room.
Let's do this.
Okay, so we're gonna use Street Fighter Cross Tekken because we like that game. I know you're laughing. This is terrible. But he's wearing a jacket. Oh,
This guy is
he's
legit
got
right
the
there.
jacket.
He's wearing an official Street Fighter Cross Tekken jacket.
Oh man,
I cannot believe this.
robbery's about to happen.
You can't even pretend that you fit in that jacket. I probably
Okay, the hall is already set up. No, I'm not.
Give me your reviews. All right.
Wait, guys, you're using Steam for this?
Say it again.
You're using Steam for this?
Yes.
I was gonna buy this on Steam, but all the reviews said don't get it because it doesn't work or something was wrong with it.
It works for me.
Jiro Hamas is not wrong.
Are you questioning the ogre? Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of movement real quick. So we got the big screen back there, as you all can see, I just kicked. And we have our two characters. On the right, we got Lily, very rich. And on the left, we got Ryu, very poor.
Very poor. No shoes. He only has gis. Look at that belt. That belt he needs to wash. He hasn't washed in 20 years.
Nope, he doesn't need to. That's how I got black though.
Right.
So we're testing out our movement here. I got my back step. I got a super jump even. You can tell because the dust plume is slightly bigger. Am I going to use that? Probably not.
Okay, so back. See that? See how much faster my forward dash is? Look how fast this is. But then the back step is slower. Just something you gotta realize, something you gotta test out. It's also invincible. All right. Now let's talk about these jumps. I'm gonna jump in on you, right? I'm gonna jump in on you. Oh, I got you, dog. Mother effer. No, what's going on? Why can't I do this?
Oh, it works? What am I doing?
All right.
Sometimes it works. You got to take advantage of it.
Okay, there's only like two kind of jumps I like to use. Is like if I'm back here and you're chucking a fireball and I'm like,
I don't have fire.
I know, I'm like, ooh, you get back here. Get back here. Get back here.
Ha!
That's safe, man. I can't punish that.
Aha! Nope.
Oh.
You twisted his spine all around and all that, right? Do that again. Look at his spine real quick. Not normal.
No, that's not a normal attack. You should not be able to do that. That's it.
It's like, go back to school, Ryu.
Checking his watch. All right, dig, man. Okay, so the movement options. One thing about jumps, even if you know you think they're gonna block it, the thing is once you commit to a jump, they know where you're gonna land. Oh Lord.
Okay.
All right.
Sure you can.
Do it
Why
again.
is my technique not working? I'll just keep doing it over and over again until I win. Eventually I'll hit that super. Okay, let's talk to you real quick before we go on. There's two things I want to say.
He's gonna go on right.
If you win with the super combo, that does not mean that your strategy is airtight. Okay? I play dudes where I'll play them, I'm just Draxing that slouts. I'm like, boom, 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 not even touching it. And then they hit that ultra and they're like, mic drop. I'm like, dog, I'm still in this game right now. Like, just don't rely on tactics that aren't gonna work on people that aren't good.
Yeah.
Learn to play the game. And let me tell you something right now. If you're just throwing fireballs, right? And the person's beating you, and they're like, man, why don't you fight me? Won't you fight me, man? Why are you back there throwing fireballs? Ignore this person.
Yes.
You don't need this person in your life.
Just get the W's.
Just get the win. It doesn't matter how you get it.
No.
Just get the win. Make them better.
So I have a question. Is Deathstroke or Injustice the exception? Because that's some bullshit.
The game is called Injustice, Martian Manhunter amongst us. Okay? Yeah. Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, Superman. Everybody else. Everybody else is just chilling out
Like
there.
the first version of the game was called Injustice Aquaman Among Us. Then they updated the game, and then it was like Injustice Martian Manhunter Among Us.
Yes.
So dig it. We got this crazy thing these days, and I'm gonna drop this knowledge on you, but it's called YouTube. And if you type in how you beat a Deathstroke, those gats aren't safe.
Those gats are not safe.
It takes practice though. You gotta get in the training room and have Deathstroke like do all that BS gatting, which got me at first. But if you block it and you start dashing, you can actually get up in that grill and beat that mask off.
I was struggling with Wonder Woman, because I think it was like Wonder Woman made.
True. Listen, it's hard. I'm not gonna say it's easy, and I'm not gonna say that game is fair or balanced.
No.
Like,
Fox News.
Fox is called the Fox News games. It's all kind of fair and balanced. No politics happening.
No politics were
No
done.
politics were done. But that Deathstroke is not unbeatable.
No.
Martian Manhunter. Let's get back to this game right now. What do we got? We got movement. You want to try some normals out?
All right.
Look, this is normal. Normal. Oh damn. No. Oh.
Oh, Crumple Stun. What was
I
that?
forgot to take advantage of that.
Oh, you didn't take advantage of it. Oh, reset, air reset.
Oh, see, look at. So here's my farthest normal is like that, and Bardock's is just straight up, just out footseeing me because his normals are so ridiculously long.
But then when he gets in closer, I'm like, man, this stuff ain't gonna work no more. My stuff's too slow. Unless I do that.
All right. So you see those normal moves? They have different ranges. They have different properties. And then the specials have different properties.
Yes. So I've got a command throw.
Yeah, check this out.
So let's do a normal throw. Okay, I'm gonna do a normal throw real quick. That's a normal throw.
A leg, bro.
Now he expects that. You can usually do another throw to break a throw. Okay, then.
Oh, thanks for.
No problem.
No,
Okay,
get
so
off
you
me,
broke the
dog.
throw. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a command throw. You can't break that.
Schwax.
And it looks awesome.
Oh,
Oh yeah, thanks, bro. Aha!
look at all that damage.
All that damage, 240 damage. Okay, so those are your throws. So we got other normals. We got my standing heavy kick. We got my crouch heavy kick.
Okay, can I show him a link?
Show him a link. Show him a link.
That's the link. Do you see that? 2 complete punches in a combo.
You might have seen underneath it there. It said nice.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Nice.
Nice.
Noise.
Noise.
This is a cancel. Oh, wait,
No, it's not. There
That's
you
a
go.
cancel. See how that medium punch didn't even finish? See, like that. Oh. All right. That's your bread and butter. You notice like this crouching medium kick is like really rangy. Boom.
And
Cancel
lock
that.
it low. There's different types of blocks.
Yeah.
You got scaling blocks, crouching blocks. Now, 2D fighting games.
Yeah.
Your crouch block is king of all blocks. Alright? You crouch block, nothing on the ground, nothing standing is gonna hit you unless it's an overhead
Or a jumping.
or a jumping attack. So you can just crouch block. In other types of games like Marvel and anime fighters, you got your chicken blocking, which is jumping and blocking. That blocks everything. You just gotta watch out for air throws and just get chipped out. And yes, all kinds of things you can do. Wave dashing is very advanced movement right there.
Speaking of advanced movement, what's this? How the heck did I hit you in the back of the head?
What? That's a cross-up.
A cross-up.
Okay, so now you're blocking, you're thinking, well, if in 2D fighters, crouch blocks the king of all blocks, and I can just jump, what am I gonna do? Well, when you cross-up, they're hitting the other side of you. So you gotta block in the opposite direction. That kills a lot of more players.
Yeah.
So as they're jumping over you, hold forwards, you'll block behind you. It'll come naturally. You'll just be doing it automatic once you get used to it.
Yeah.
But starting out, it's kind of hard. You gotta think about it.
Yeah. Just quick tip, you fighting a scrub, cross him up.
Just cross them up.
Just cross him up.
Cross
You
him
don't know
up.
how to block it. He's like, why can't I block this? Because you don't know how to cross up.
Now
Now,
just hold back.
yeah, like for you, it's a jumping medium kick. Because the hitbox actually extends, like he's kicking like that, his knee comes from behind. So that's what hit him in the back of the head. Not all moves cross up. You have to find out what moves cross up.
So let's do some combos here. Let's do some combos. You
Hit me with that combo. Hit me with that
Some
combo.
combos. I don't know what combo I'm about to do right now. Let's go see. That's not a combo. Combo at all. Nope, that's not a combo either. You went on the other side of me, dog. Let's go. Okay, so this is a chain. Do 2 specials, 1 special. Okay. Now, see, this is embarrassing. We're going back to right now. So, I get the combo, I drop the combo, it's alright. But y'all get the point. That would have been sweet if I actually hit it. Just saying.
There you go.
Across the screen. Now, the good thing about
380
combos is that unless you're playing a game like Persona 4, Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, you can't get out of it. It's just awesome damage that's guaranteed that you're going to get in that combo.
Can't do anything about it.
No. So you want to work on your combos to get that max damage. Now that's only 424 damage.
Only 424
Only 424.
Right.
Usually you want to optimize your combos. You don't want to be using a bunch of meter. We're talking about meter management. So you want to go back to slideshow now, or anything else you want to show the audience?
Let's go.
Let's go. So we're gonna go back to slideshow. Those are some of the basic concepts. And all right, there you go. Okay, so combos. Okay, so defense. We were talking a little bit about it. There is no perfect defense. Now we talked a lot about 2D defense. How I was saying the crouch block was king of all blocks. 3D fighters, crouch blocking will get you rushed.
So let's say we're playing the Texans. And I'm playing my man.
All right, he's Eddie Gordo.
And you're crouch blocking, right?
Yeah.
And I go, relax from the top. That's called mid attack. All attacks in Tekken are high, mid, or low. Okay, thank you. All right. So if he's blocking low, all mid attacks hit crouch blockers. So if I'm blocking low and he throws out a mid launcher, meaning something that'll pop you up, that hits mid, he's gonna eat it like a hop kick. It's just if you're crouching and you're expecting a low attack, and he's like, no man, hop kick, which is mid, or like a mid launcher, like a while rising 15 frame hit, you'll get hit by it. So defense in games like that, where mids hit low, like mids will beat a low blocker, defense is harder because you have to guess correct high or low.
Yes.
So seeing how there's a lot of mid attacks and a lot of mid attacks that do lots of damage and start big damaging combos, you want to make sure that you're blocking either high or low is on point, that you're making the correct read.
So
So
fighting Yujiro Honda though, it's not gonna matter.
you ain't blocking
I'm
nothing.
not blocking anything.
You ain't blocking nothing?
Man, grab the swords. Okay, advanced mechanics.
Yeah.
Meter bar, rage, guard gauge, and healable health. Okay, so meter bar. You see that big old blue bar right there?
Just pulsing with energy.
That's your meter.
Yeah.
It is a resource that you want to manage. Usually you build meter by hitting people, by taking damage, by defending damage, or making them defend. Sometimes there's specific ways to build meter. Like
then you got more meter. The thing is, meter management is important for getting to the next level. I used to not know meter management. I used to just let that thing get full, and then I die with a full gauge of Super Bowl.
Which is not a way to go.
No. And I realized, like, you know, if I actually use some EX moves, actually like apply that meter to some stuff, I could actually start doing more damage, being more effective.
Yes.
So you need to know, like, how much meter you gain during a match and how to use it correctly.
Now, rage. I'm not talking about how you feel when you play, I don't know, that Deathstroke. What I'm talking about with rage is in Tekken, in certain games,
just get the game.
when you take a certain amount of damage, you will enter a state where you usually deal more damage, or you have something cool. Capcom vs. King had Cake Groove. Anybody back in the day? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Make that rage happen, Samurai Showdown. Rage. You're stronger.
Yeah, like 25% more damage on top of that. It's something you gotta know, like, with rage, you have to, like, manage the other dude's rage. Sometimes when I'm playing Tekken, I will drop a combo just so I leave him just outside of range of rage, because then I can kill him with one more combo without putting him in rage. So it's something you have to start thinking about. Like, you don't want to give the enemy, your opponent, more ammunition to come back.
No, you do not. Because if your opponent comes back because you gave them rage, that's your fault.
Yep. But dig, man, there's there's all kinds of different meter and resources. There's the kind that goes from match to match, like super meter. And there's the kind that's ultra. Like in Street Fighter 4, the ultra meter, or in Blaze Blue, everything that resets round to round. So sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know if I should use this ultra. Man, that should be more of a situational thing. Like, is this ultra gonna hit, or am I calling against it? Because you're gonna lose that bar anyway.
It's gonna go away.
It's gonna go away. So it's like use it or lose it.
Yes.
Use it. So like in Blaze Blue, nothing carries over round. No.
You gotta manage that resource.
You gotta manage it. Like you know Takuma? Hakuman's got those little deals. He's got like specific meter. Like he can't do special moves without meter, and he's only got those little 8 things. You gotta ration those meters though. That's like you're walking across the Sahara Desert with 6 canteens of water. Like to make it to the other side, you gotta ration that out.
You gotta ration.
If you use it all at once, you're gonna die. If you don't use it, you're gonna die. So that's how it is. So learning how to use correct meter management in every game, from Mortal Kombat to Street Fighter, Tekken has the rage. Most games have meter. You have to learn how to use it and stretch it and apply it in the best way. Sometimes it's to extend the combo, sometimes it's to get invincibility to get it.
Now, guard gauge. Right. All you're wondering, like, okay, so you gave us all these options on how to break that load lock, whether it's hard and in 3D fighters. You don't have to worry about having a guard gauge in a 3D fighter. I mean, you got games like Soul Calibur. You got Armor. But in 2D fighters, they need a little something extra because it's really easy to defend compared to 3D fighters. So what do? You have a guard gauge.
Guard gauge is Alpha Series and some anime.
Yeah, and also in Smash Brothers. It's not a gauge, it's the shield itself. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and pop, you're dizzy. Yeah, it's like that. So you've got to manage that as well, because once you go into the guard gauge, you can't guard. If somebody's watching your guard gauge, they're going to try to whittle you down, break your guard, just at the right time to get the optimum damage.
Yeah.
Some moves will just straight up break your guard.
So when you're running low on that guard gauge, you need to find an opportunity to get out of the defense and get back on the offense, so you can build that guard gauge back up before you have to combo.
Okay.
Healable health though.
Yes.
That's a big thing in tagging games.
Yes.
It's going to be in Street Fighter 5,
yes,
where all moves do healable damage. Like, will do damage that's healable over time. Like with tagging games, you'll have like regular bar, and then you'll have like gray bar or like orange bar or whatever.
Red or whatever.
Tag that guy out and heal it back.
Yes.
That's just something. Usually in every game that there's a way to take away healable health. So that's a strategy too. Because like in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, you can deal healable damage, but then like a normal throw will just erase all of it.
All of it.
All of it.
Completely gone.
So that's a resource you got to think about as well. So you got like a dude, you did all this damage, but it's all healable. You're like, well, if I hit this cross counter, then it takes away all this healable damage. You just get that much more damage.
There you go. Right on. So let's get a little help. Let's move it on. Moving on. Okay. Resource management. We talked about this a little bit. There's different types of resources you have in fighting games that you need to consider.
That's not meter or the other things we're talking about.
We're talking about like time.
Yeah.
Don't worry if you time out win. If you see there's 5 seconds left, you've got a little bit more health than your opponent, just run away. It's cool. Don't even worry about it. You just need that W. I run away from this dude all the time.
It pisses me off.
He doesn't watch time. That's his deal. My bro right here, we play all the time. He doesn't watch the clock. I watch the clock.
It's a weakness of mine. He's like, oh, I got 30 seconds left, and I'm like, combo, timeout. Oh.
And I'm just like, yeah, man, keep going, bro. It's cool, dog. It's cool. No, we're doing footsies right now. That's what's happening. 9, 8, 7. No, let's just keep pacing back and forth. Just pace back. Oh, time over. Oh! When
Salt on me. We talked about me.
life. Like that's the ultimate. That is the ultimate
Resource.
unless it's Soul Calibur, in which case that life don't matter. Ring out, you're done. Yeah, right. When you run out of life, you're done. Now, Street Fighter V, you can't chip someone to death, so don't use your extremely unsafe EX attack to try to finish somebody off with chip, and then end up losing your ranked match and be embarrassed, and then have your girlfriend laugh at you. I don't know who that happened to, but man, he was mad. Positioning.
Yeah.
Let's talk about positioning.
Let's talk about the positioning right now. Let's pretend this whole room is a stage, right?
Yes.
And we start off in neutral position. We say go, and I'm done.
Okay.
And then I get the clap.
Okay.
And what do I do? What did I just do? I gave him the entire stage to work with.
Yes.
Welcome, sir. Have a seat. So if I'm back here, what can I not do? I can't back up.
No.
I can't backdash.
No.
I can't jump back.
Nope.
He's got all that room to work with. So that all this real estate right here that he's got and that I don't, he's got resources that I don't have. If I sonic boom, he can neutral jump, and I'm like, well, okay. Like if I start to come forward, I'm into his attack range, and he can push me back. Also, and hit me all the medium combos in the world. Medium, just eat medium punch after medium punch. But so if we start the match and he starts to come forward, he wants to push me to the corner so that he can get me in the corner, control my space, and then if I'm in the corner, there's more combos that he can do because in the corner traps you in that space.
Unless you are Captain America in Marvel 3, you generally have more combos in the corner than you do outside of the corner. So you want control justice.
Yeah, positioning is important. You know, you normally in a fighting game, you want to walk them to the corner. Let's play Mortal Kombat, where you just be like, blips, and then you're on the other side.
In dive kick, you want that person in the corner. All right, you want them in the corner because it's like, well, you can jump straight up and down, you can dive kick. You know their range. It's like, well, time for you to lose because I'm going to sit on the screen, so let's go. You want the corner.
Yeah. And you want to control that middle space. Yes, sir.
It's like, what about the rare characters that pretty much they have full space over the whole entire area?
You mean they're teleporting and running and jumping and flipping and swinging all over the
You
place?
talk about the Rolentos and the
No, I'm
Rashids?
talking about the
Elves. The what?
Eddie from Guilty Gear.
Okay. The Guilty Gears.
Okay, listen. Positioning is still a resource, but it's used differently, especially if you're a Relento or Forte. Movement characters. What's up, Kanos? Movement characters like that have like lots of teleports and stuff. It's like you still gotta think about positioning as a resource. You want them in the perfect range, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not really limited by those walls. It's just that you have to think differently with the movement character. You know what I'm saying? Like if my back's against the corner and I'm DiCaprio, I'm not as worried as if I'm playing with you because I know with DiCaprio I can just teleport out of the corner whenever I want. Or Douse.
You're playing as Chip Zanner if you're all over the place.
Yeah, no, right.
Even here.
It's a different way of thinking, but you still have to think about positioning.
Yeah.
Right.
Because sometimes in positioning, in a game where you don't have like a lot of movement like the Guilty Gear, I'm sorry, you have a lot of movement like Guilty Gear, you have to think about your horizontal and your vertical position. So that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
so
that takes more practice.
stuff too.
Yeah, super jumps, you can like dash 3 or 4 times in the air.
So for everybody, learning takes a while.
It does.
Takes a while.
It does. But this is a good place to start. Just start thinking about how you can get better.
There's a game room right up there. Go up there and play. Go find somebody with the sweetest looking stick or hitbox. And that, you sit down and ask them whatever. Now, talking about equipment, it doesn't matter if you play with
It
pad,
doesn't matter.
fight pad,
Some fancy stick.
it doesn't matter.
It's whatever you feel comfortable with. We know very competent and we've been bodied on our sweet hitboxes by a dude with DualShock 3. In Street Fighter 4, So it's whatever you're comfortable with. I started on the DualShock 3, but then after like tore every single tendon in my left thumb from trying to play, I switched to a stick. And then after my buddy's like, no, check out this hitbox. It's like a keyboard. And I'm like, how about that? I can play for hours on this thing. I mean, I'm plugging hitbox. I like those guys. We talked to Sean Huffer. We actually talked to the founder of Hitbox in our podcast, which we talked about at the end of this thing. But I recommend them, but not everybody can get into them, right? Yo, I mean, most people use the arcade stick because that's what started it all with the captain. So there's a lot of different arcade sticks you can get out there. The equipment doesn't necessarily matter, it's whatever you're comfortable with.
You just gotta find your scene, play with your friends.
Yeah.
And hey, we got the internet now.
They
So
do.
if you have a connection.
It's crazy.
Your whole world is your friend.
So I get better when I play online. Now there's bad habits you can pick up online.
Yes.
A lot of bad habits.
A lot.
But you get better when you play against real people. Not saying that playing against a computer is worthless. It's still like, it's like target practice. It's like moving target practice. You know, like you got a moving target and you try to hit a combo. But for the most part, play against your friends so you can learn from your bad habits.
Real quick, okay, I want to say this. We're the new challengers.
We are the
okay?
new challenge.
We support the USO. There are any
United Services Organization.
active duty service members in here right now?
Any veterans? All right.
Okay, of you two, or three,
All right, all right.
which of you has Steam?
Who's got Steam?
Steam. You got Steam. You have Skullgirls.
Yes.
You have Skullgirls? You're killing me right now, dog.
So raise your hand if you have Steam.
Who has Steam?
All right.
All right, now, we gotta do something about this.
You go.
Okay, now, we're gonna give this to our service member, but, man, you already got it? You already got Skullgirls? We have a free key to Skullgirls on Steam.
That was donated to.
That was donated to us. If you want a copy of Skullgirls, I mean, you can talk to us. I got it. So I'll give you that key right now. Okay, I'll take it.
All right.
We'll talk afterwards.
We'll talk afterwards.
But right now, we've got flyers and stuff. We've got links to our podcast and resources you can use when you want to check it out. We've got business cards or whatever. But let's take questions. We got like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, we got. Does anyone have any questions on how to get better at fighting games or fighting games in general? What's up, my man?
When getting better, is it better to imitate a person you see on YouTube or have your own personal style?
Well, okay, listen. I like watching dudes on, like, I'll watch all the stuff. I'll watch all the streams. You know, I'm a DJ player and DJ's pretty awful.
I watch
But
it for you.
I watch Kids Send You DJ. I watch all those dudes to see what they're doing. And yeah, and that's a good resource. Watch as much as you can. When it comes to implementing strategies, you just do what you're comfortable with. But if you see like, oh man, if I like pace back and forth and then start hitting this little thing and I combo into this, oh that's a setup for this. Oh yeah, you better believe I'm gonna start using that. Like you watch Viryu because he's a Makoto player and he's got Makoto and he'll see the setups. Now like he'll watch me say and be like, oh that guy jumps too much. That's too crazy. I'm not gonna do that. So that is definitely a resource. I like to watch the pros do it so that I can be like I can start learning from their tendencies. You know what I'm saying? Specific setups. Setups, Taigo, just watch Taigo.
There's basic things that you need to take away when you watch people play. There are max damage combos. The most damage you get out of the combo with the character. You want that.
Yeah.
How you get to that combo, how you work your character is different. You don't need to play like the person because different people play different ways. Alex Valley is really good for you. So is Daigo. They play really different.
They do. They play completely different. So you got to come up with your own strategy and style and implement it the way you do. We do have time. Any other questions? What's up, man?
For both of y'all, in your opinion, what would be the worst fighting game you ever played and why?
That's a little question. That's hard.
I started
There's
out
some habits out there.
the first game I ever played was Play Fighter.
Mr. Frosty's a bad man.
It sits in my heart well. It's not a very good game. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe.
Oh, that's not a fighting game, though. That's not a fighting game, though. That's a travesty. That's not a fighting game, though.
That game is bad because people love it.
And I'm like, where does MK vs. DC rank like Primal Rage? It's a different kind of bad.
Yeah.
Like, I love Primal Rage because it's like everybody walks on the sword, but then you're like actually start playing, and you're like, oh, this is awful.
We need a remake of that, but a good one.
No, anyone else? That was a good question. Anyone else? Good sir.
More of a suggestion. You should discuss patches, like things that go up and
Yes, okay, so here's the deal with patches. You're playing a game, right? You're playing a game, and you learn that game. You learn that game, and then the company's like, by the way, we're just gonna nerf your character. Don't quit. Be loyal. Just everybody ever. Just don't quit. Just keep going.
Just keep going. It's like, let's say you're like, oh man, I built all this tech because this move has like lower body invincibility. I hop over the dude's throw, I hit him with the crouching medium punch, and then I got all this damage. And they're like, by the way, this isn't invincible anymore. And you're like, jump over this level. I got damage. Okay, you gotta like come up with a new strategy now. Or pick a new main. So it happens to everybody, it happens to every game. It's gonna happen to Street Fighter 5 at least 5-6 times. It happened to Street Fighter Cross Tekken, you gotta relearn it. It's part of the fighting game life.
Yes.
And it's important to know, like when you start reading the patch notes, and they'll be like, for use, you know, FADC forward Dragon Punch is now -5 frames. Like, it's important to know, like, we're not getting into like frame data in here because that's like the next level stuff. But if you want to know, like there's resources, learn how to like read that frame data, and then like when you read it, and you're like, Ivoryu has now like -2 frames to start up on your Shoryuken or whatever, I'm just throwing crap out there, know what it means. You know what I'm saying? Do that research. If you want to know more about frame data, talk to us later. You know about that stuff.
Yeah, listen to our podcast.
Yes, we have a podcast.
Yeah.
We have a podcast. We have guests on the podcast within the fighting community.
We're gonna have Markman on our podcast. It's gonna
We're gonna make that
happen.
happen. Mark Van on the
We already started talking to him.
Yeah.
Well, talking to him through another
So
guy.
we have the lead combat designer for Killer Instinct Season 2 and 3.
Yeah, we did have
We
that.
interviewed him. That was
We had that guy.
Yeah, we got that guy. So yeah, check out the podcast. Then we talk more in depth about a lot of the concepts that we're related to.
Yes.
Do we have any more questions? What's up, man? What's up?
Unrelated. The fight. We all
Yes, we were the Key and Peels.
Key and Peels is my jam, bro. Key and Peels is my jam, bro.
That's our jam.
That's our jam.
That's our jam.
What, dude? Are we out of time?
Let's pass out this.
Yeah, let's do this.
Anybody that wants to slide can get it. If you wanted that Steam code, I mean,
Yeah, come on, let's talk to us after.
if you want that Steam code, talk to us afterwards. If you're not a service member, all I gotta ask is please, 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 United Services Organization is great. Okay, donate a little money for your time. USO, it's really great. Go to our Facebook page, check us out. We do a lot of things about tournaments and stuff like that. So that's all we really want.
Right? Right? We hope that you guys have like heard some stuff that you haven't heard before, and that you are excited to get back on the sticks with the pad and start playing this fighting games out. Okay, so on this flyer right here, there's our information where you can get some of our resources, other resources that we use for like frame data, tier lists, all that stuff, and some of the sponsors that we sponsor the channel. So go ahead.
Yes, we do have
I want that
sponsors.
jacket though. I'm gonna steal that jacket from you. There you go, dude. Oh, man. Hey, I'm Baki.
But if you see us around, watch Baki the Grapple.
It's just
Yujiro Hama looks much cooler than how I look right now.
Yo, you know, I learned how to play Alex up in that seconds.
Thank you all for
Some. Unfortunately, I don't have an Xbox. But he is a dinosaur. What keys? The guy who talked to us. He says everybody. Take it easy, guys. Hey, man, let's do it. What's up? Hey, before you guys go, get one of these flyers so you can get some resources, man. Go to the front, get some resources. Check out this.
Dude, I don't want to know how that was so good.
I was like, okay. Because I see what the panel is like, oh, just
good pod. We're wrapping it up.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to see. Is there anybody from staff that's in here right now?
No, I don't see any staff members in here right now.
Okay, so we have
Clean out.
Yeah.
All right, we on our way.
Hey, John. Hey, are you coming back tonight or tomorrow? Tomorrow. That's all I But
So this is the 4-face one. This is like what's regular sticks. This is left, right.
this is what I do.
The advantage of having the up button on your phone is like if you're really close to it, there's sometimes you're like joke instead. Like you have to actually put your thumb out and jump. And since it's the biggest one, you can actually hit like blip. That's the close max. That will make it compatible with his phone. Alright. But like the firmware in it makes it so shortcuts. Like if you close left and right together, it's actually neutral. So you can use like this.
I see you later on today.
Beats out the low. So if I'm doing a flash kick dial, all I have to do is press that. And I'm like DJ, so I'll be like, hey, you know. So I like it because there's one direction. So it's easier to do. Precisely. That's what I like. It is keyboard. You can actually, if you want to try it out, man, set it to like ASD and then space. And then see these buttons here. See like how these buttons are better than and also, so it's better than a keyboard. These buttons are more sensitive. Right, it plays out. And see how it plays out.
I saw one I like, but it's a cheap.
Yeah, because I can go
I saw one I like, but it's SD. Let's go get there.
yeah. You need to do it. That's neutral. So I can forward neutral down. So like, that's what we got from. If you go to hitbox.com, they have a YouTube channel. Actually, like this is how you play technical. Shoot it! Hey, I'm not gonna let this go. He'll show you how to instant the skywalk. He'll show you how to complete hitboxing. And it's easier. Like, I didn't know how to complete it. With the Korean wave dash, I have to do it like this.
Hey, we can look tonight. Oh, dude,
That's how you do it because of the way the SOC.
We got some better, bro. Some better,
and so there's actual.
We're getting ready to come out. You want to go there real quick?
We're walking around. Also, those dudes, they sponsor us. We need to get out.
Yeah.
So, did you get one? Yeah, we're trying to actually win. I wish I was better, but. What's up, man? Did you guys enjoy the panel? No, I don't get out as much as I'd like. Where's that at? Is that around?
Traders?
Okay.
And guys, south side.
What do they got going on there?
Mainly, I think like over the weekend they have like street rides and groups.
Well, I'm going to start going now. What's it called, Insomnia?